On this episode of Wolf Tracks, see how South Kitsap students are getting college credit without ever leaving campus. Did you ever wonder who the people are that make this school run smoothly? We'll find out. Plus, we'll take a look inside the Navy Junior ROTC program here at South. Hello and welcome to Wolf Tracks. I'm your host, Davison, and being a senior here at South is a great feeling. You're older than everyone, you're in the know of how things work, and you get to get out of here sooner. But there is a problem with wanting to get out of here too soon. And Shane Burgess shows us what.
A fatal and highly contagious disease is spreading across South Kitsap. Sophomores are immune, juniors are at risk, but it is among the seniors that it is the deadliest. What is it, you ask? Senioritis!
I'm here at SK High School to find out how bad the situation really is, because I believe the public has a right to know. Oh, excuse me, sir.
Yes?
Can you tell me, do you have senioritis?
Oh, yes.
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 Yes. No.
What grade are you in?
I'm a sophomore.
Oh.
Well, there you have it. The entire senior class seems to be infected by this tragic disease. In an exclusive interview with Joe Sr., who prefers not to reveal his real name, we discovered the details of one case of senioritis.
So tell me your story, Joe.
Well, you see, last year I had senioritis.
What did you do to deal with that?
Sometimes I slept in class.
Was that a good idea? Did it help you any?
No, I wouldn't say it helped me. You see, this year I'm a senior again.
Seniors, how you guys doing?
Seriously, though, seniors shouldn't get too anxious to graduate. Slacking off in your last few months of your education can be a big mistake.
We asked what some of the South Kitsap staff had to say about senioritis.
Don't count the days to the end of graduation. You got to make the days count.
Senioritis is insidious because these things, dropping off on assignments, not coming to school, all these things still influence the outcome of classes, and grades can drop. And people are still in a situation where it could affect their GPA.
You could come in as a sophomore knowing you were going to get senioritis, schedule your classes accordingly so that by the end of your senior year, you are taking, advanced underwater basket weaving and those classes that you can have a good time, can sit back and relax, and still get by.
The staff are not the only ones concerned about senioritis. We found many students had something to say as well.
I try to remember that high school is going to be the best time of my life, and I don't want to waste my time while I'm here just slacking off, getting lazy. So I can stay involved, keep my spirit in my school, and try to still have fun.
Say it's June all of a sudden, and you've had senioritis for the past couple of months, and all of a sudden you don't have enough credits to graduate. So you're coming back again next year. Sounds like a bad plan.
I mean, I have one more trimester to go, and I'm like this close, a little bit to failing, and you don't want to be there, trust me.
Well, it's clear that seniors are starting to fight back against this tragic disease. I'm Shane Burgess, reporting back to you.
Thanks, Shane. I'll remember to do my homework tonight. There are many technology-based courses offered here at South, and graphics is no exception. Here's Andy Godsey.
Take a look around you. What do all these things have in common? All these things were designed by graphic artists, and South Kitsap happens to have one of the best graphic arts program in the state.
There isn't anything like this facility in the state at all. The size, the equipment we have, I do feel very lucky, and I think the community should feel very lucky.
Mr. Sams has been teaching this class for the past 27 years and has seen many students make the transition from his class to the graphics arts field.
We've had many students go on to work in different parts of the state, other parts of the country, Seattle, Tacoma, and they've been quite successful.
But how do students feel about pursuing a career in graphics?
Yeah, I think it could be fun working on logos for different companies, maybe for a newspaper.
Yeah, I'd like to design web pages for different companies to help them get some advertisement.
I was thinking more of like to do designs for big companies. I mean, I'm not exactly the most creative, but I like working with the logos and stuff.
The graphic class starts out small by making business cards and letterheads, and then they move their way up to making programs and logos. But probably the hardest project they worked on so far was the homecoming program.
I had to design the homecoming coronation program. It was fun, but it was kind of hard and tough sometimes. We got it done. It turned out pretty good.
Hardest project was the homecoming program for the football game, because we had a deadline we had to meet, and we got kind of behind, and we had to work with photography on getting all the pictures in and stuff. So it was pretty difficult, but it was fun.
So the next time a cool logo catches your eye, remember all the hard work that goes on behind the scenes.
Thanks, Andy. The ROTC program here at South teaches kids self-respect and discipline, and CJ Lupica takes an inside look.
Some people may think that the military has taken over the school. Not quite. This is the ROTC course. We asked Captain Teatrick, what is it exactly the ROTC do?
We are a community service group, and we try our best to create the best citizens we can. And from all indications, we're being very successful. We've been very well received by the community and the school.
There's not just sessions of standing and being inspected. You may end up learning this. Not only do they dress and act as military, they also get a similar type of treatment.
What's I don't know? I haven't been studying, sir. I don't know means I don't care yet.
So you have to have your uniform washed, you have to have it clean, you have to have everything in the right position. And if you don't, you get gigged for it.
Blood Cleary? Oh, be quiet, please. Be quiet, please. You're not in uniform. Be quiet.
It's a very disciplined course. You're not going to come over here and fool around the way some kids tend to do in class. We have a lot of fun. We have some serious things we do, but we have a lot of fun doing it.
We asked South students what they thought of the ROTC course here at South.
What I like about ROTC is the drilling, wearing the uniform. Wearing the uniform makes me feel more responsible.
You get to go on cool field trips.
There are no military requirements after high school.
All in all, it has its awards of ribbons and good feelings, and great preparation for their future lives.
Thanks a lot, CJ. Recently, a man named Jesus Villahermosa came preaching the gospel of avoiding violence. Derrick Borgmann has a story.
Been here in this state 31 years, Pierce County Deputy Sheriff for the last 19 years. Member appointment on the SWAT team, and do a lot of violence prevention teaching in schools across the country.
You might be asking yourself, who is this man with an impressive resume? His name is Jesus Villahermosa, and he came to South Kitsap on January 20th to hold a crime prevention assembly to encourage students to have safe behavior.
Ready to fight. Now, does this make any sense to anybody? We're getting ready to fight, and what's the first thing I do? I throw my hands back. Come on, man. Got the license plate, called it in.
He got across the message by using humor and examples.
Because the first bullet went into the left rear windshield, missing the left rear passenger and striking the driver in the back of the head. Penetrated the car, went through the trunk, between the two rear occupants, entered the front right passenger seat, and exited through his heart. Imagine, on your 18th birthday, you're sitting in juvenile detention, a juvenile prison. They come knocking on your door, they wish you happy birthday, and then they say, you're 18, get dressed. You're being transferred to the adult facility.
So we asked what the students thought about the assembly.
There was a message to it, which I thought was really good.
So what was the message you got from it?
Be proactive, don't start the violence, try to get away from it, and I've always believed in that.
Yeah, violence doesn't fly in schools. You need to tell people if there's something bad going on.
I'm just not keeping things hidden, things tucked away, and if you come up with any information, let somebody know about it. Nothing wrong with that.
Above all else, Jesus stressed one thing.
It starts one person at a time. You go out, and if you have a friend that's making fun of some kid because he's small or he dresses weird or somebody is a skateboarder and you don't like skateboarders, it's your job as their friend to go, hey, knock it off, leave the kid alone. Because you know what? There's always someone bigger and badder than you that's going to end up making fun of you. And so you've got to have that reputation for wanting to protect people.
I think we all learned something new that day. If you've ever wondered what goes on in the classes here at South, then this next story might be something you'd want to look into. Andy Godsey has a story of the Back to the Future bus tour.
Wouldn't it be nice to be able to go back to the future, just like in the movies? Well, in a way, South Kitsap School District is making that possible by the Back to the Future bus tours. Once a month, the school district loads up a bus full of community members that goes to local schools around the area. On these tours, you get everyone from city officials to interested parents, and they come for all different reasons.
So we all want to know more about our schools and how we can get involved.
Hi, Dave. Well, I'm a little bit ignorant of what's going on up here, so I want to learn a little more about the school because I wanted to see what my old alma mater was like.
And how we can help out, how we can serve the community, and how we can be involved in kids' lives. And
perhaps the most interesting thing about these tours are the guides.
It's not too bad when you get stuck next to a cute girl, but...
Looking thanks to, in part, to our new federal 21st.
What do you think about the kids being the tour guides? You like that idea?
I think it's a great idea. I think it's a good way to get to know the student body and really know who is the life of the school.
Each group of adults is led by a student, and these students lead the groups to interesting places around the school. They even get a chance to watch a class in action.
Welcome to Athletic Medicine. You're currently in South SK's training room / classroom.
What was your final impression of the bus tour?
Well, I think it was very informative. The ideas of understanding where our schools are at is really important for everybody.
I thought it was really impressive. I think this is a really good school system.
It was very informative and gives good insights to what's going on in the schools today compared to when I was a student here.
So if you're interested in our schools, the Back to the Future bus tours are definitely for you. And you can reserve a seat by calling the number on the screen you see right now.
The bus tour has turned out to be a huge success. Now don't go away, because we'll be right back after these important messages.
Thank you.
Huh? Who's there?
It's me. I'm Mr. Garbage Can, and I love to eat trash. Give me more.
Dustin.
Oh, what's up, Andy?
That garbage can, it's talking to me.
Yeah, that happens to me too sometimes. Well, I gotta go. I'll see you later.
I must be going nuts.
No, you're not. But I'm nuts about garbage. Don't litter. It's a matter of pride.
Welcome back to Wolf Tracks. As many of you may know, it takes quite a few behind-the-scenes people to make anything run smoothly, including a huge facility like South Kitsap High School. And Dustin Griffith took it upon himself to find out who some of them are.
South Kitsap, a well-oiled educational machine with over 2,500 students attending. But how does it run as smoothly as it does? Well, besides the whip-smart students, there are some people behind the scenes that help out. A South Kitsap circle of life, if you will. But who are they? That's what this reporter wanted to find out.
The first stop on my journey of discovery led me to the cafeteria.
Can I get your names, please?
Pauline Bodvin, cook. Lois Swedberg, cook.
Could you give me a brief job description of what you do every day?
Saturday, we work very hard to provide safe lunches for everyone.
Well, I'm head cook, and it's my responsibility to make sure everybody does their job here on time and where they're supposed to go. And Lois does the same work. We alternate back and forth every other week. So, and there's 7 of us in the kitchen, and
This reporter wants to give a sincere shout out to all the hard-working lunch ladies of the world. Good job, ladies. Step out of the shower in gym and wonder who washed the towels? Well, I did. Then I interviewed her.
What's your full name, please?
Full name is Gloria Parks. I am a South Kitsap graduate from here.
Okay. Could you give me a brief job description of what you do every day?
My job is to do all the laundry that's created in the South Kitsap School District, not just the high school. I average close to 3,000 towels a day.
It's a lot of towels.
I asked her what the weirdest thing she found in the laundry was, and she gave me a very candid response. She then toned it down for the interview.
Weirdest thing would be probably a 5-pound jar of liniment that caused second-degree burns and a 9-pound shot put that dislocated 2 fingers.
Do you have anything you want to tell the community?
I enjoy my job. I enjoy the district. This is my 26th year. 19th for doing the laundry. For soap for a year, I order a ton of soap. I have a dirty job and I get to do it.
Let me just say that it is extremely warm in here.
The last stop on my trip led me to the main office where I had a chat with hard-working Eileen Shiro.
I'm the receptionist at the high school, so I answer 95% of the phone calls that come in and deal with a lot of the parents and students as they come into the administrative offices. I kind of like to think of myself as the filter.
What does a main receptionist do here at the high school?
I think the weirdest thing, I dealt with a lady who came in a fairy costume and wanted to visit a classroom the same day that Mr. Vetter announced that he had pig manure available and left the building, and so I was taking pig manure calls. And so when I write my book someday, it's going to be called Super Fairies and Pig Poop.
Wow. I was just going to ask if you were a book, what would your title be, but I think that's already been covered.
Now that you have names to put with these faces, stop and talk to them in the hall. Say hi. They might have something interesting to say.
How a 9-pound shot put got in the washing machine, I guess we'll never know. The Pokemon craze has taken hold of the U.S. From toys and video games to a major motion picture, you see these guys everywhere. And wouldn't you know, it all started with a Japanese art form known simply as anime.
As Pokemon has taken the world by a Pikachu thunderstorm, you kind of wonder, where did it all come from? Did you know Pokemon means pocket monster? Or even that Jigglypuff's real name is Perun? Well, it all started in Japan with a popular culture animation known as anime. What is anime? It's a group of SK students who have the answer.
It's basically of different art styles.
Every Tuesday after school, anime fans meet in Miss Daniels' room. What goes on? The officers get the meeting set for what events will be planned with the other members. The newest thing for Anime Club members are dues. Once a month, everyone in the club pays $1 to the treasurer, which goes to the parties and prizes. Though there is one question. Why do people go to anime club?
Because I love anime movies and I like watching them, so it's fun.
I really like anime. I've always liked anime since I was young and I saw Voltron for the first time.
I really like the artistry and stuff. Some of the favorite movies and series the anime club has shown are
Rurouni Kenshin, which is about a wandering vagabond samurai. It's really, really cool.
Ranma, El Hazard, and Fushigi Yugi.
Off Dragon Ball Z, I like Gohan.
Neon Genesis. Fushigi Yugi, which translated that means the mysterious play. It's one of my very, very favorites.
So if you're interested in watching anime, reading manga, and playing video games, Anime Club is always here. Remember, if you have nothing to do after school on Tuesdays, Anime Club will welcome you to come.
The Anime Club meets every Tuesday afternoon from 2 o'clock to 4 o'clock. Now, Chad O'Connell introduces us to a talented young athlete named Kristin Boyd.
Boyd again pressing with some tough D. Boyd with the steal. Dunk it, Boydie. Woo!
Kristin Boyd is one of South Kitsap's best female athletes.
I started basketball when I was like in 2nd grade. My brothers taught me how to play. And in track, I've just been running like, I just ran in elementary and like I was in a little tournament and I caught on to it and I enjoyed it, so I continued.
Last year, Kristin was a major part of the girls' basketball team that finished 3rd in state.
And to get to the final, to the 3rd in state game, we played against Roosevelt, and the game was like back and forth the whole time. At the very end, there was like 30 seconds left, and our shot went up. It went off the backboard, went around the rim, came down, and I got the rebound. And then we had like 10 seconds left, and I saw Tasha Allen on the top of the key, and I hit her, and she made it. We ended up winning the game by 1 point.
But besides being an outstanding athlete, Kristin also manages to do well in school. But with so much time devoted to sports, it's not easy.
Usually I try to get down into the locker room since our practice starts around 3:30 and finish up a little homework, or I go up to the library and do it just before practice starts because I got up probably like a good hour, then get home and finish the rest.
Another activity for Kristin is her involvement in a group called Prophets of Unity. She is president of the multicultural group that celebrates racial diversity.
Prophets of Unity is a club that I joined when I was a sophomore. I decided to join it because my sister told me about it and she was a member of the club. So I got involved in it because it promotes unity among everyone and togetherness. And we do community service and all kinds of good stuff like that. And we're trying to help out around the school and the community most of all.
Religion is a major part of the Boyd family and has a strong influence on her athletics.
I'm praying before games and after games. It helps me to become a better person. My parents, I've grown up around like religion all my life. And it's a huge part of my game. It makes me play better. It gets me in a good attitude. It pumps me up before games. It's something that I feel that I need to do.
Kristin Boyd is an exciting and talented athlete that will be one to watch for many years.
Boyd again with a steal. Shake and bake and rock and roll, and that's 2 for South. Kristin Boyd.
Thanks, Chad. Getting college credits without leaving the high school building sounds too good to be true, huh? Well, it's not. Here's Derrick Borgmann.
A lot of students can hardly wait to leave high school behind for the excitement of college. Well, good news. You don't have to wait any longer. It's available right here at South. South Kitsap students can get a jump on earning college credits through the College in the High School program. SKHS introduced the program this year and is offering 4 UW classes. French 103, taught by Maggie Josephson. German 103, taught by Diana Heald. Spanish 103, taught by Anna Keene. And Math 120, taught by Chuck Munger. Sonia Carey, assistant principal for the curriculum, says this is a great benefit for the students.
And bringing in the college and the high school program allowed students to earn college credit while staying on campus. The program is significantly cheaper than students having to go to a college campus and pay for those credits. We're able to offer those classes at about 50% of the cost of going to an actual college campus.
In order to be qualified to teach the college-level classes, the high school teachers receive special training from the University of Washington.
All of the teachers have to have a master's degree or higher, and then they went last summer to the University of Washington to have training throughout the summer.
By their corrections, you have to give the same marks as they would give, as if that student were taking it at UW. So it's just like we're teaching the UW class, but here.
So leaving home for the excitement of college may have to wait a bit longer, but at least students can get a taste of college-level courses. And that can be nothing but a positive experience for everyone.
Well, that does it for this episode of Wolf Tracks. Thanks for joining us, and we'll see you next time.
It's overexposed though.